You're not lonely because people don't see you, you're lonely because you abandoned yourself. That's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. You've been taught that loneliness means something is missing out there: more friends, more attention, more validation. So you try harder. You show up more, give more, and shape yourself into someone easier to accept. And yet, despite all that effort, something still feels off. You can be surrounded by people and still feel invisible. You send the message and wait, only to be met with silence. You give your energy and receive nothing back. Eventually, it leads to one painful question: what's wrong with me? But that question is built on a false belief. The issue isn't that you're not enough, it's that you've been measuring your worth through other people's responses. The hidden cost of seeking validation. Every time you speak and hope for approval, every time you act just to be liked, every time your mood depends on how someone reacts to you, you move further away from yourself. You become divided. One part of you wants to be real, while another part performs for acceptance. That internal split creates tension, and people can feel it. They may not understand it consciously, but they sense the need behind your actions. And the truth is simple: need repels. The more you seek validation, the more you unintentionally push people away. It's not because you lack value, it's because you've handed your value over to others. The power of inner stillness. Now imagine a different way of being. You walk into a room not to be seen, but simply to exist. You speak because you have something to say, not because you want a reaction. You listen because you're present, not because you're trying to impress. There's no performance, no hidden agenda, just a quiet sense of certainty within yourself. That stillness is powerful. When you stop trying to control how others perceive you, something shifts. You become grounded. And that grounded presence is naturally attractive. This is what the Stoics understood deeply. They didn't chase attention, they built inner stability. And from that stability came a presence that didn't need validation to feel complete. The loneliness paradox. There's a paradox most people never realize: the more you need people, the less they value you, or the less you need them, the more they're drawn to you. This isn't about manipulation or playing hard to get, it's about emotional independence. When your happiness depends on someone texting you back or acknowledging your effort, you've given them control over your peace. That creates pressure, both for you and for them. But when you're anchored within yourself, everything changes. You can enjoy people without depending on them. A question that changes everything. Take a moment and ask yourself this: if no one ever acknowledged my efforts again, would I still do what I'm doing? Don't rush the answer. Sit with it. If your answer is no, then you're chasing approval. If your answer is yes, then you've found something real, an internal anchor that doesn't rely on external validation. This question reveals whether you're living for yourself or performing for others. And once you see the difference, you can start choosing differently. Turning loneliness into strength. What if loneliness isn't a weakness, but a signal? A moment where the noise fades so you can finally hear yourself again. Most people run from that silence. They fill it with distractions, attention, or constant connection. But the ones who face it, the ones who sit with it, come out stronger. They become clear, grounded, and unshaken. They stop chasing. And without forcing anything, they begin to attract. Real magnetism isn't loud or attention-seeking. It comes from wholeness, from being someone who doesn't need to prove their worth because they already know it. The shift that changes everything. So if you feel alone right now, don't rush to escape it. Use it. Let it show you where you've been outsourcing your value. Let it push you to reconnect with yourself. Stop begging to be seen. Stop shaping yourself for approval. Come back to who you are. Because the moment you no longer need the world to validate you is the moment the world starts noticing you. Not because you changed for them, but because you finally stopped abandoning yourself. And that is where real power begins. The power of returning to yourself. So remember this, the more you beg to be seen, the more you disappear. But the moment you stop chasing, stop performing, and return to yourself, you become whole. And there is nothing more powerful, more respected, or more magnetic than a person who no longer needs validation to exist. If this message resonated with you, come back to it. Sit with it. Let it change the way you move through the world. Until then, stay rooted in yourself, and let the world come to you.